One last thing that's sort of prompting this project is this. I really do tip my hat to many of the people that I'll be chronicling. And there's in a certain way I want to do in this project, I want to replicate in this project what they did in their lives. So I talked about how I want to encourage empathy across lines. In order for me to do this project, that's what I'm going to have to do. After all, I'm going to have to cross lines, temporal lines. I mean, for me to write, in a good, deep, persuasive way about, Thaddeus Stevens, I'm going to have to transport myself to, the 19th century. I'm going to have to cross a racial line. Sometimes it's going to be crossing a gender line. But there's a certain way in which I want to pay homage to the people who I'm going to ultimately be celebrating by, in my work, replicating what they did in their work. You all have been most attentive. Thank you very much. The floor is open. I'd be remiss, I'll recognize questions, but I would be remiss if I did not recognize someone who has played a very important role in my intellectual career. Jack Beatty's at the back of the room, and Jack Beatty is an editor of the Atlantic magazine. I met Jack initially through the mails when Jack was the literary editor of the New Republic and was the first person to actually pay me for things that I wrote.
So little.
That's true too, Jack. Thanks a lot. It's good seeing you. Comments, questions, objections? Yes.
Some of the issues that you brought up were discussed when Hollywood got around to making a movie about the Holocaust. And they made a movie about a good German. They didn't make a movie about bad Germans or Jewish resistance fighters or sufferers. They made a movie about Schindler. And I thought the movie was appropriate because for all the Germans who didn't do anything and who said, in response to questions from their children, "What did you do during the war, Daddy?" They responded, "What could I do?" Hollywood provided the answer, Oskar Schindler. And the righteous among the Gentiles are also examples of what people could do. You've created